All right, Shalom. Shalom. It's the brother Azan Ha Ahmath. All right, back at you with another lesson of the week, all through the strength and spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Howard Kakadash, and double honor to the elders and apostles of a great millstone who do well. Peace and salutations to all you Akim and few Aqua who were listening in silence. All right, and learning and repenting in the name of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Kakadash. All right, we out of here in Sacramento, California. All right, representing the Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh, which means He exists. Okay, the Son is named Yahweh Shai. All right, not Yahuwah, not Jesus the Christ, not any other name but Yahweh Shai. Right, and His name literally means He saves. All right, now we in a time in prophecy, in a time in the world where Yahweh Shai is about to return and reintroduce Himself, but before these things happen, we understand that prophecies must play out and warfare must hit, right? And we're watching what's happening, what's going on with Israel, what's going on with Iran, what's going on with the ballistic missiles hitting. All right, Israel's supposed to have this Iron Dome, but it's still being penetrated. You got a divided house with Mark Rubio, the Secretary of State, saying one thing. You got the head leader Trump saying another thing, right? Saying that he orchestrated and gave a sign, all right, the okay for that slaughter to go out. Okay, so you have plausible deniability, and you got accountability on one side, all right? And on the shores of America, on the shores of Babylon the Great, right? You got warfare, right? Riots, fights, sedition, all these things are happening, and the scriptures speak about this, right? This is the reason why we always say we come out before every empire is going to go down, right? Before empire went out, the Lord brought out His prophets. Now this America is likened it to Assyria. This is likened it to Babylon, all right? This is likened it to Egypt and Rome and Greece. Well, all those places fell. And now you out here celebrating, okay, a 250-year anniversary of America. All right, okay? Now, when you look up prophecy and you look up, which we've been bringing out, brothers understand this, when you look up the history, the average years for an empire, and we brothers know this, and some of you Aquaf do too, but, it's about 250 years. And just yesterday, you got the pompous president, okay, all right, on his 79th birthday, okay, spending about $79 million on a parade so he can be, to boast. But 250 years of an empire, and then it collapsed. Well, this place is about to collapse, okay? We see that it's fractured. We see that America ain't standing, and y'all ain't out here with that Bruce Springsteen type spirit you had before, right? That born in the USA spirit that you had before, right? Or where's your American flags at? That you was flying out, that you was raising up in the morning. Now them American flags is being brought down, and you got faggot flags being hung up, right? You got the rainbow flags being erected, okay? Right? And these people see that America is vulnerable. And now violence is out in the streets. Violence is everywhere when you turn your television on. Some of your cities got nothing but violence, and you gotta, watch where you come out the damn door. You might get hit with a bottle or a canister can. All right, I'm originally from Southern California, man. All my family is in LA. Hey, man, it's a disaster out there. Let's get Genesis the 6th chapter, because violence is on the earth, and the Lord dealt with this with Noah, right? We are in the days of Noah, right? We are in the days of Lot, where these warnings are going out before the destruction comes. All right, let's get Noah to 6 and 12, 6:13. Hold on, let's see. Okay, the work of iniquity hey, it's going down out here, man. Genesis 6 and Yep, 13. This is Genesis 6 and 13. It says, and Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, all right, said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them from the earth. All right, now we know that which is now, which has been, okay, then is now. All right, which is then is which is now. All right, there's this time repeats itself. Okay, people, you go to the spirit world, you come back at 34th generation. Okay, the beasts, when they die, they go, you know, they just go to the earth, man. All right, there's no judgment, but you have a spirit, and there's the Lord that created spirits out here. They'll go up and get judged, and even places get judged. We brought out what happened in prior history. Okay, well now judgment has finally come to Babylon the Great, right? Even Stevie Wonder can see that the earth in these times is filled with violence. It's violence in the streets. It's violence when what's going on out there in Iran right now, and that's going to transfer into America. That's going to come here, and it's starting with protests from damn near Boston to Oregon, from New York to LA. See, all right, and we ain't out, like the IU. We ain't out there marching with them. We ain't out there doing. We out here. What we're doing is professing the name of the Heavenly Father, telling you that He's about to send His Son in the midst of all this mess. You see, right? Revelation 5 and 10 says, and He made us kings and priests to reign on the earth. All right, now they're saying that there's no kings. That's the saying out here. They got the march. There's no king marches, so there is no kings out here. All right, the Lord exalted a king out here. All right, but they come from base men. Right, He raised His kings up, and He brings them right back down for judgment. As Babylon the Great was erected and brought up to be glorified, in its wickedness to be glorified and be praised, all right, by these Babylonians and other nations that desire to come here. All right, but this is a whore that sits on many waters. All right, this is a harlot that perpetrates and shows herself that she's a beautiful woman, but she has actually opened her legs up and slept with every country, every empire that's given over that's fornicated with this place. So it's likened into a whore. All right, in this whore, her days are numbered. She can't whore anymore. Right? She's not fertile as she can anymore. This earth isn't fertile as it was before. Esau, his enchantments and his left-handed witchcraft, it isn't working anymore. You see, so this is why the earth is filled with violence, because he is hurrying up. Right? He's pushing the bar. Because like Habakkuk said, man, this is the vision for us at an appointed time. And that appointed time is now. All right? So we've been since the heaven has been established on the earth. Okay? Hey, the Lord has made us priests and kings. And now that's about to, even though we die like men, even though we're regular, feeble men out here, hey, man, we're going to be kings on the next earth. I mean, in the next heaven, man, which is going to be right here on earth. All right? As in heaven, as it's going to be here on earth. So, hey, man, prophecy is playing out. And this is a glorious time. This is exciting times right now. Beautiful times if you know Yahweh Yahweh Shai, because we looking up for salvation, man. We preparing and adoring ourselves because these are the last of the last days. Ain't nobody out here telling you to prepare to stay for another 10, 15, 20 years. We are actually, when you look at this thing, man, and you pay attention to, hey, we want to be changed into them bodies coming out as flesh soon. That's what's on the table right now. Because the Lord has a spirit of division out here. Okay, there's a spirit of division. And the whole country is divided. And people, your whole family is divided. Your co-workers, they're divided. All right? So you may have seen the eye to eye with some of your friends and constituents at one point, but now everyone's divided. And the Lord is separating, being set apart, his elect from everybody else. All right, his cream of the crop, if you will, is being separated from all the idea, from this draconian, all right, dystopian thing that's going on in America. Everyone's being capsulated by what's happening. But we look at this Bible and say this is supposed to happen. The division in Babylon the Great. Yahweh Shai's doing that. This ain't coming from no political party. This ain't no political agenda. We already know about the two horns that spake like a lamb and a dragon. But this is from the Heavenly Father. He is directing all this. He is the architect, is orchestrating the violence here in America. Matter of fact, let's get what's that? Luke 12:51, the division from the Heavenly Father. You think no, this ain't no coincidence, man. The Lord is doing this. Okay? This ain't Trump don't get the credit for this. This is Luke 12:51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you nay, but rather division. See, he's bringing division. And he has brought division to America. All right? Okay? So it's going to be more marches. It's going to be more cars ramming through parades, running people over. But this is designed by the wicked. They want this to happen. So they can bring more laws. You see, more stringent laws. Right? Let the people revolt. Let them, the governor in Florida said, hey, shit, you gonna fuck around and get killed. All right, the sheriff in Florida said if they will be contacting your family members to tell them to come pick up your remains. If you out here trying to riot and pull people out of cars. Hey, you've been directed to run them over. This is the talking points from the Edomite right now, right? He is pushing the division, right? Because they can bring down those more laws, okay? And them 15-minute cities are gonna be up soon. You see, right? When that what's that Justin Timberlake Out of Time movie? All right, you saw where they had 15, they couldn't go out of certain jurisdictions. All that's coming out of this order, out of chaos. Okay, it's chaos right now, and no one's agreeing. No one's eye to eye. No one's seeing what's really going on but the prophets and the men and women who believe. We understand exactly what's going on because the Lord spoke about these things. You see, he's not exhibiting peace right now. Whoever is talking peace and safety to you, their mouths are full of lies and deception. Okay? Full of deception. All right? Destruction. You had 2,000 marches. Matter of fact, you had 2,000 marches the last couple days. You had one presidential parade. And this nigga then brought out tanks. Okay, he then brought out, they was marching, showing the British, showing the French, the French Revolution War, all these things that happened that America's done. When they're coming out of those 13 colonies, right? Right, okay, so that, when it's established, okay, right? Those 13 colonies, now you got the French saying that America, the French president saying that America has a right to retaliate, okay, helping Israel out with this war. So everything is going down to prophecy. Everything that these countries are being, because it says the least of the flock shall draw them out. Israel is in the midst of all this madness. Is Netanyahu, okay, Benjamin Netanyahu speaking about anything about the 12 tribes of Israel? No, he's a small hat. You see? A big no small hat who his agenda is with this place right here, Babylon the Great, and they're in bed together, which is why these nations are going to turn on this place too, which is why we continue to come out and say America is going to burn with fire by nuclear destruction that they can't turn off right now because Israel is trying to take that nuclear power structure from Iran by hitting these certain facilities, right? And they telling you that only Iran is getting hammered. Nah, Israel's getting popped too. They getting hit too. But these reports ain't gonna come out. They ain't gonna show you all this because they want the small hats to look as, they're defeating them. Okay? Hey man, but that's that full of pride. It's pride. All right, but we know pride, destruction comes afterwards. The Lord gave his priests the understanding. Okay, of these times, he said, measure the times because they're at hand. The times is at hand. And we measuring, we watching, we looking. He set watchmen up to watch at all things day and night, to report these things to you. And we can't hold our peace because the kingdom of heaven is near. It's close. The mirth is closed out and mourning is on the streets. Blood and violence is in the air. And people don't have any answers. So they're seeking wizards, right? Okay. I saw a line for the first time in my life. Okay, it was about 5 people downtown Sacramento standing in front of a psychic home, man. Right? Trying to get their palms read. They're going to witches. They're going to get these getting divinations from these psychics, man. Because people don't know what to do. They don't believe in the Heavenly Father like you do. They don't understand these prophecies, man. All right, but we understand these times. Let's get second address 9, man. Things are being cast down, and the Lord is opening it up. All right, this warfare for judgment. You see, for judgment. This is second address 9 and what's it? 3. Let's get verse 4. Stay with 4. It says, "Then shalt well understand that the Most High spoke of these things for the days that were before thee." So the Lord spoke about these things before. All right, when those empires were arisen, and when Daniel, his empire, Jeremiah, when he was in captivity. All right, John the Revelator, he had these visions. Joel, so he spoke about the bloody city. So these prophets had these visions. Okay, and it says, even from the beginning, from like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end. And what? The end has manifest. The end has manifest, brothers. All right, this is a beautiful time, right? Where's the fear at? We ain't got no fear. We don't have any worries, right? We're actually praising the Lord still. You have to walk with the Lord in good times, in bad times, in times of prophecy, showing that you have what? Faith. We don't have no worry. We understand that those bombs and missiles are going to translate and come here to America at some point. All right, the prophecy of the Quran is going to come at some point. The hour of temptation is going to come at some point. Where people in America are going to be what? Tested. They're going to have to figure it out. And if they don't know who their enemy is, they don't know what the Quran is. The average Christian right now in 2025, you ask them what the mark of the beast is, they have no clue. Even some of these pastors have no clue. And the others that know aren't going to tell their congregation because they want to keep that dollar coming in. But we ain't about that almighty dollar because our treasures are stored up in heaven. We telling you what's going on with warfare right now. We showing you prophecies what's happening in America right now. We're showing you what's happening with Americans that are losing their jobs and they can't afford to eat the next meal right now. All right, children are starving right now. Schools ain't even teaching because they're in a disarray. They can't even they can't even function. You see, all these things was going to happen, and Lord willing, the end has manifest. Okay, but the end of this book, okay, Lord willing, all right, at the end of this book, we're going to be featured in a book, right? We're going to be featured when this book, America, is closed, this chapter is closed. We're going to be featured in the Lamb's Book of Life, right? His elect that turned from America, that turned from Babylon the Great, and all the idols and false gods that you have offered us. Right? We pray to be those men and women. All right? We pray to be those men and you those women. Right? Okay? Our names are going to be written in the Lamb's book of life. That's the end goal from this thing, man. The tree of life. All right? A living. The dead is going to get cast up, but the living is going to live forever. And it's dead bodies out here walking through these streets, man. Okay? Revelations 11 and 8 is live and direct. All right? Those are the dead bodies out here. Okay? And what's that? Proverbs 28. All right? Proverbs 16 and 4, the Lord has a day for the wicked. Right? But we have life in him, man. We have life in him. So everything that's happening right now is supposed to happen. It's right on point. All right? And what we're doing is we're bringing out everything, reporting every idle detail of what's happening in these streets, man. Okay? Right? That's being faithful in the midst of all this mess. The Lord says it's going to be insurrections. And people would not regard their kings at these times, didn't he? Right? He said it's going to be a sedition. And they wouldn't regard their kings, meaning their governments, their government officials. Right? Well, you had, matter of fact, let's get this before I even bring that out. All right, the Lord spoke about this. Let's get 2nd Ezra 15, right? Let's get the sedition and 16. It's 2nd Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. For they shall not regard their kings nor princes. So my point with this is that people aren't regarding their kings or princes. They're standing up and going against with this No King's March. Right? They're going against the government. All right? They have anti-government rallies planned today that they have all week. Right? So if you're going to make America great again, what the hell is going on out here? We already knew America was never great for men like us, for our people. But for you Edomites, what's happening? It's worse out here for you. Right? Biden stunk up the gym, and now you have a tyrant in the office who's pushing tyranny. You see? Right? He's pushing these draconian measures, doing the bidding of the elite. Okay? Right? So we called this out before it hit the scene. We called this out that this was going to happen, that Trump was going to act in such a manner. And now y'all are crying about it. They're crying and saying this is a total different man that we knew before. What was that? The government of California, Gavin Newsom. He said just yesterday that Donald Trump is a totally different man that he knew 4 years ago. This is a total different man. Why? Because he has an agenda. He's doing the bidding of the elite. Okay? Right? He's doing what he got to do. All right? And that's taking his place to a place of servitude. Right? Servants. Right? The belly of the beast is right here in America. And it says, in the course of their actions should not stand in their power. Right? You're not going to have any power. Which is why there's tanks out here in the streets. You got the National Guard out here pumping fear into it. If you go back to 5 or 6 months into my lessons, I said this was going to happen. The brothers have said this was going to happen. I've said literally, you're going to see tanks in the streets. You're going to see UN troops out here. You're going to see American troops on the soil marching to point. Why you think they had tanks going on these railroads the last year? And you brothers is making videos like, where are these tanks going? Where are these tanks going? It's going somewhere. Well, now you know. Now you know. Okay, America has never been for you. All right, this place is a place, a hub of witchcraft, man. Right? So it says they're notwithstanding in their power. And you had literally a politician assassinated Just yesterday, he and his wife. A man disguised himself as a police officer, put a mask on, went to this lawmaker's house. Dude opened the door and he pumped some slugs in him and his wife. And there was another shooting. Now the people know that when cops come to the door, it's two that come to the door. Well, two came to the door, and both. That's what I'm saying. They're not regarding their kings. This man got killed in his own home. And another woman and cop got shot yesterday. So the sedition is in the city. It's out here. Yep, shalom, you brothers. If you aqua for the listening. Shalom, shalom, shalom. To all the brothers on this Sunday morning that's excited for this prophecy that are opening up. Right? These are the exciting times. Okay? Psalm 36 says, the transgression of the wicked saith within my heart that there is no fear of God before his eyes. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes until his iniquity be found to be hateful. Right? And he's being hated right now. Okay? And there's you Americans are even revolting against the king of Babylon, Trump. He's being hated right now. All right? Things are opening up to where, as we said, prophecy was going to unfold. Right? So now you have hate in the streets. Okay, let's get this. Okay, let's get this. Because you can make the educated assumption that order is coming out of chaos. What's happening is written by the brother and prophet Esdras, who said what? It's going to be uproars, didn't he? This is 2nd Esdras 9:3. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Right. So we ain't got to continue. Because it says, then the highest shall begin to visit the earth. Yahweh has begun to visit this earth. Right? The earthquakes are happening. There's many earthquakes. There's earthquakes in diverse places. When you go to Matthew, the 24th chapter, that matches up with aligns with this. Right? There's earthquakes and uproars of the people. And now you have uproars everywhere. Everywhere. Right? Matthew 24 says the same thing in that passage. And they have increased. Hunger has increased. Low wages. Okay? Right? Have increased. People losing jobs. Being evicted. On the streets, homelessness has increased. And now people are waking up and they're being pissed off about you sending millions of dollars to Israel and ain't no money out here in Babylon the Great. They're crying for wine in the streets. They're crying out to a leader, but that will not hear your words. You're crying out to a government that's going to leave you out here to hang you out here to dry. Right? Federal immigration laws are out here to capture and detain Issachar and all the other northern tribes. And that's going to facilitate and come on down to us. That's why we said Jacob's trouble is close. It's close. Right? It can hit any day. Soon they start throwing Jake to paddy wagons. Right? They start coming to your houses and start pulling Jake out of your homes. Separating the man from the husband. And taking children and putting them in, child protective services. Well, that's the same thing that happened in slavery. They separated the mother and the father. And they took the child and the children and they took them to slave plantations. The same thing is happening, and this time it's coming back. But it's going to come back with a hot heat wave. It's going to come back with jurisdictions and laws where you ain't going to have no power in your hands. Which is why we told you that vote that you vote for doesn't mean a goddamn thing. Okay? Because this place is about, you think you have power, but they have absolute power. Gavin Newsom is the governor of California, but he doesn't have absolute power. Trump supersedes him. You see? So the rights that you believe that you have, you ain't gonna see them. Wars being declared out here, right? They got detention centers being erected full of the Northern Kingdom, man. Right? They throwing these protesters in there just as well, and a lot of this is psyops, right? You know, a lot of these, paid protesters are getting paid. Same thing George Soros was doing with BLM, right? They pay them $200, $300, $400, and when they show up, they got a whole stack of bricks for them ready, right? They got spray paint ready for them, right? They got canisters. All this is provided to cause this division that we read about in Luke the 12th chapter, pursuant to the 51st verse. This is the division that we've been telling you that's going to come. And we've been saying since 2019 that it ain't going to get better. It's all going to get worse. And now we're here in 2025. And people can barely open up their doors. You scared to drive down the streets because you might get pulled out of the car and get your ass beat like Reginald Denny, all right, and the Watts riots. When them niggas threw them bricks at that white boy's head and busted his head to the white meat. Them days is coming back. We saw it in Charlottesville, Virginia, right? When them days is coming back. Tyrants and tyranny, man. You ain't gonna have no protection from your police departments. They ain't gonna answer your 911 phone calls pretty soon, man. No, the uproars are here. The shit didn't got real overnight. This shit didn't got real overnight. It was all good just a week ago. You was getting ready for game 1 in the NBA Finals, and now warfare is in the air, man. Missiles are flying, and people are dying. All praises, call halal, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Because he is the architect of all this warfare and destruction is touching this place, man. Shit then got real. In a city of confusion, let's get Isaiah 24. Okay? And it's broken down. It's broken down out here. Where's your government at to help you out when you need them? All right, where's Uncle Sam at? All right, he's putting hell on you. He's putting hell on you right now. This is Isaiah 24:10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. Yeah, there's crying for wine in the streets. Turn on ABC News. Turn on your local news. You're going to see crying for wine in the streets. You're going to see people crying literally. You're going to see people getting gassed and hit with rubber bullets. Anarchy is on all four corners. They're crying for wine, but they're drunk. Because they're crying for something they will never get. They're crying for independence, which they're never going to get. You want that old July 4th, 1776 love but it's gone. The thrill is gone. It's gone. You see? It's never going to come back. And y'all still going to come out here next month, popping fireworks, shooting them up, celebrating. Until them fireworks come over here. Until them nuclear warfare kicks off here. To them ICBMs, here, you're going to get some real sky rockets, man. You're going to get some real bottle rockets when it hit this place, right? Because the Lord hates your abominations. He hates your Father's Day that you're celebrating today. He hates your pagan holidays, man. that falls on every Sunday, right? And it falls on mothers every Sunday. Your Sunday worship, you know? Can't stand it, right? It can't stand it. And it says, all the joy is darkened and the mirth of the land is gone. Yeah, the mirth of Babylon is gone. And the mirth across the sea is gone. Ain't nothing but mourning out here. Buildings are crashing and falling from bombs and missiles. Hospitals are getting blown up. But do you see none of you Americans crying for that? Right? You don't give a shit. You don't give a damn about no Palestinian baby dying, do you? Right? Long as it's an Israeli. And y'all don't even know what's really going on with Palestine and Israel. You just assume. You're trained in your mind to believe, to stand for Israel. You're trained to believe that because America really don't know. The average American really doesn't know what the fuck is going on. They don't know that Palestine is the state. Those Palestinians that were first, right? The state of Israel came about by a Balfour Declaration, all right, Arthur Balfour, all right, and the goddamn Rothschilds, man. Okay, they won't understand this. They don't read and understand like you do. All right, they don't understand that Harry Truman, when in the fucking 9 days after that establishment was brought, that he just made all these laws for Israel. All right, hey, that's a Zionist state. And the American doesn't even know what Zionist means. So they were led to believe a lie. You see? But that third witness right now is speaking. Just like we're speaking. And the mirth is gone. The cities of America are literally burning. In shambles, broken down. And the mirth is dissipated. Ain't no joy and happiness right now. Right? But there's a lot of pain right now. I don't hear Al Green albums in the streets. Ain't no joy and happiness. Ain't nothing but pain, right? Method Man, I came to bring the pain. Well, the pain is here. And people are witnessing it, man. Okay? The streets are crying for wine, but they're drunk off democracy. You want democracy, you ain't gonna get it. You red-blooded Americans and your pride have deceived you. Shit. Yeah. Surely the least of the flock. Yep. Jeremiah 50 and 45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, that he hath taken against Babylon and his purposes, that he hath purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. And what is America? What is it's the daughter of the Chaldeans, right? Showing you that America's tied in with Israel. Okay? Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make the habitation desolate with them. And the least of the flock are these small hats that are getting hit right now by Iran. And Israel is trying to hit Iran's nuclear facilities. Right? They don't want them to get titanium. They don't want them to get these certain compounds so they can continue to make nuclear weapons. Right? This is why you have these foreign councils that are set up to go against that. And who's sitting on these councils? These high elite, small hat, ooish people. You see that? Okay? They've always been against you. It's always been about their Zionist agendas, man. And you Americans you ain't nothing but the third stringers. You a fourth string quarterback that can't get in the game. Nobody gives a damn about you. You the end of the pig. While they over there eating prime in the United Nations and in Europe and this time, they eating the best of the best. But y'all out here eating pork and beans, man. Y'all out here fighting for someone who don't give a damn about you. Again, you've been deceived. Let's get Obadiah, right? The workers of iniquity are fallen. Okay? We told you about Psalm 36, that it says, he divided mischief upon his bed, man. Okay, he set up his way into evil. Okay, well, it's talking about the so-called white man, right? It's talking about the wicked. And all we see is wickedness out here today. All we see is evil out here today. Because your pride. This is Obadiah. 1:3, the pride of thy heart had deceived thee. Thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's the mind of the Edomite. I'll bring Psalm 36 again. Okay? Hold on. This is Psalm 36:1. The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart, that there is no fear of God before his eyes. So he don't have no fear of the Heavenly Father, man. He saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Because his pompous, ego, prideful attitude feels that there is no power that can stop him. He sits in the temple of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai claiming to be God. Right? If you Google the kingdom of heaven right now, just Google it. What would it look like? You're going to see nothing but white angels. You're going to see little white men with blonde hair and, and silver hair and blue eyes, and right? You ain't going to see nobody that look like you. Right? You ain't going to see no one that represents the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay? So they covered up the faces of the judges. But we bringing out the truth of the Heavenly Father that he said, seek my face, don't hide it. We seeking the Heavenly Father. We're seeking the Lord, telling you that the pride of this devil is about to collapse America. So you can either join on to America, you can join on to Babylon the Great, and it's institutionalized laws, or you can have faith and walk with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right, until he comes, man. This is a belief system. And 99% of the world don't believe in what we believe in. We're a small community, a small remnant. 250 years of this place, okay? And now you're coming to an end, finally. Egypt is about to mourn. As I'm teaching you right now, I'm getting text messages from my family and friends and all that about happy punk-ass Father's Day. All these years, brother's been in the truth. And they still send us these text messages, knowing that we don't even respond to this shit. This is Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye among this, Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up from the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, and let them come up. All right? This is Zebulon Guerrero 144. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and pruning hooks into spears, and let the weak say, I am strong. Yeah, because warfare is coming. All right, them weapons are going to be turned to plowshares because you're going to be made servants. The Lord encampeth around those who around them that fear him, and he delivereth them. He ain't going to deliver the wicked. This place is about to collapse. The structure is about to collapse. America has a spirit of Egypt, man. And what did Biden say? He said it's going to be more science, right? Biden, when he was in power, he enriched the richer and they got richer. Now Trump is in power. Now the wealthy are getting more wealthy. Look at the state of your place, man. Just in November, y'all was all voting, crying, happy that this nigga was back elected again, and now you can't stand him. See? Right? You're suffering. Now they're coming for you next, Jake. Jake is up next. 2/3 are about to get plundered out here. Right? Because this thing right here can open up and lead to Jacob's trouble. Quick, fast, in a hurry. It can lead to Jacob's trouble. Right? They're coming for you next, Jake, because they came for your children at first, you women. They put them Planned Parenthoods in every hood, every impoverished community, because they knew you couldn't take care of your kids. Right? They knew that you lived a fast life. Right? You having kids early, can't afford to take care of them, make it hard on you. Man, let's create a place so they can abort their children, and we can kill all these little nigger babies. Right? Right? All these Paisa babies, these Hispanic babies. Right? And you falling right into that trap. Again, it says the wicked transgress by wine. Okay? Right? He cut off the seed. That's his job, to cut off the seed. You see? He said, well, now he's going to come after you physically. He ain't going to come after the seed. He's going to come after you physically. He's going to come after Jake right now. Ice is next for Jake. You see? Jacob's trouble. And nobody's going to believe it until you believe it. No one's going to see it until it happens. But we're telling you right now, and we've been telling you years before, them days is coming soon. You don't have the freedom that you thought you had before, man. Okay? Psalms 83 says, let us cut them off from being a nation. Don't forget that. All right? That we going to have them forget their name and cut them off from being a nation. Well, you've been cut off, and they're going to come back and get you. They live by that decree. But the elect is still here, man. Because we're going to be saved by what? By grace, by mercy, by our belief. Right? Everything happening out here, this ain't for us. This ain't designed for you and I. All right? We staying faithful to the Lamb, baby. All right, not faithful to no jurisdiction, no Trump, or no politician, of no Democratic, Republican Party, Independent Party. We independently with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. This is 2nd Esdras 9 and 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works. Okay, because if you ain't got no faith, right, you ain't got no works. If you got works, then you're going to have faith. 2 and 2 go together, right? With your faith brings works, and with your works produce faith. And it says, and by faith, whereby you have believed. We are believing by what you tell us. We don't believe by your votes. We don't believe by no, we believe by what we read, man. That Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is supreme king. That he said that all these things would happen. Okay, when he walked the earth. That this book is right on point. That the prophecies of Matthew the 24th chapter are at hand. Right? The wars and rumors of war are here. Right? Okay? But he shall be saved out of it. It's going to be the faithful one that's been faithful to the end that the Lord said he was going to save. Many were called, but few are going to be chosen. And the few are being chosen. The sealed, look at this, man, nothing but, look, my phone just got happy, y'all can't see it, but it's Happy Father's Day, Happy Father's Day. And I ain't responded to none of these people in 7 to 8 years. This just shows how delusional the Assyrian is, man. And it's our people. Read that again. It says, and everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby you have believed. While the people are in panic, and they're panicking, We're tapped in and preparing and adorning ourselves, doing what you got to do, right? To meet our big brother in the sky, okay? Escape by these works. These are the works. But the bridegrooms of you Americans are about to be destroyed and being killed. Trump said he's about to draft. He's taking responsibility of what's going on in Israel right now. You see, right? Again, the least of the flock is going to draw them out. So these bridegrooms are about to lose their husband in these wars, and you daughters are going to weep and mourn because you're going to have a loss of fathers. The scriptures talk about this. The scriptures say these days when we see all this, look for that. When you see some of this, look for that. Right? The parables and the dark sayings are evident to us because he said the mysteries are given to you and not the world. Right? The parables, when the apostle was asking Yahushua, why don't you speak to us plainly? He said the mysteries were given to you of this kingdom and not for them. So we know these mysteries. We're bringing out the prophecies of what's really going on. We don't got to go to Reuters. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to go to Grok, AI chat box to get the answers when the Lord provided this for us through the Holy Spirit. Okay? Hey, Psalm 37 says, trust in the Lord and do good so. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily shalt thou be fed. Right? And we're being fed by the Spirit. We're being delightfully fed by the Spirit. Why? Because we're trusting in the Lord in these times. We ain't trusting whatever message that they're going to disseminate down to the masses. That's for the sheep to follow. We follow the Lamb's voice. And we're the voice of the Most High. The Most High is dealing with the prophets because everything is right on point. We go to the scriptures to get the understanding. We don't deviate. So if you're new to this truth and you don't know who Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is, you should get acquainted very fast, quick in a hurry. You only got a short time. Because your daughters, if you have some, your sons are going to weep. Because warfare is coming. 2nd Ezra 16, I might as well grab it. Might as well get it. So we in the times of 2nd Ezra 16, 15, 2nd Ezra 9, right? Revelation 11. You see? The book of Acts. We're here. We're here. 2nd Ezra 16 and 33. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. Why? Because you're going to get drafted to go fight a war because you believe in America. Right? They did it in World War I. Right? You drafted, you left their families. Some came back. Some didn't come back. Some came back that are so-called veterans, and you see their hats out here. Right? You see these old men with World War II veteran hats laying on the streets. What happened to America taking care of you? A lot of you homeless out here are wartime veterans. And America is showing them how they give a fuck about you. And y'all don't even see, y'all, everyone's just drunk and don't say, well, damn, we get 1 day to celebrate, all right, our heroes. But you got Pride Month for 30 days for these sodomites. Babylon don't give a damn about you, right? But he gonna draw you. He gonna draw your husband or draw your sons into these wars. It says, having no helpers. So only the Lord knows what the results are going to be from these uprisings. Right? What it's going to lead to and how it can escalate. Only the Lord knows. He knows and we report. Right? He knows and we report what's going on. Matching prophecy in the world with the scriptures. It isn't hard to see if you have the eyes to see what's really happening. Right? This is why we got to draw near to the Lord right now. Seek the Lord while he can be found. Seek the Lord early, not late. Okay? Because these things can escalate and these things can turn up. And why Jake is turning up in the clubs, tearing the club up, right? They're not going to see it. A lot of you Americans ain't going to see it until it's here. Well, it's here. And your militaries in your streets, they about to start telling you what you can and cannot do. Los Angeles just right now in LA, they got a curfew. And if you come outside this curfew, you can get hit with a rubber bullet in your head, get sent to the hospital. I saw a protester get hit with a gas can, smoke can, and hit her in the head, blood all over the goddamn place. And you look what you did. You did that to her. And the officer is like, y'all have caused this. The ruckus that y'all out in the streets, we gonna keep fucking y'all up. This spirit of division is all around America right now. And you got missiles flying in the east. Where's the peace and safety at? Where's the making America great again? Where's your allies at? Right? France and the British, they want to get involved too. Right? Because you know that you involved in America just as well. Yeah. That's it right there. That's right there. Mark 13:8, for nation shall rise up against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be earthquakes in diverse places. And there shall be famines and troubles. And these are the beginnings of many sorrows. Right? Famines, earthquakes, sedition, uprisings, fightings, shootings, politicians getting killed, wartime generals getting murdered, assassinations happening in American soil, and it's happening in Iran right now, man. What a wonderful time to be alive. What a wonderful time to be a prophet. What a wonderful time to know the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, to know these prophecies that are happening, to call these things out and watch it open up and happen. To go to Ezekiel 38 and lay it out and say, this is what's happening, this is what's coming, what's next. Right? The brother already posted that the least of the flock is going to draw them out. Well, shit, not Netanyahu and Trump is seeing eye to eye on these things. Right? But Putin and the president, the prime minister of China and these other countries, they standing together. So everything is lining up with prophecy. Okay? But 2 Ezra 9 says that some of us are going to be preserved from these days. Those that are going to be sealed are going to be preserved. Yeah, prophecies are all the pages. They're jumping off the pages. Right? And the body of believers are the only ones in this universe that understand what's happening. So the power, we got the power. We have the spiritual power that no man has out here. No matter how much wealth and influence and deception and witchcraft and enchantments that they push out. We got the real power. We're the Supercell. Right, that show on Netflix, the Supercell. Yeah, we got that power. And it's about to show because the Lord is going to give some of us when Jacob's trouble kicks off. He's going to give us these spiritual interventions and power, man, where we're going to be able to do things that no man is going to be able to believe until they see it. Second Ezra 9:8 shall be preserved, right, from the said pearls, and shall see my salvation in my land within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. So the elect ain't gonna be touched. They were sanctified for Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai told Yahweh, these are them that you have given me from the beginning. You gave me these certain men. That will never hold their peace. Right? You gave me these certain men that would be willing to die for my name and will give up their lives to save their lives. You think we gonna give up? He gonna put the spirit on us to give up at the end of this thing? No, he gonna put a more fervent spirit on us to believe. Not to bitch out. The transgression is heavy out here. Right? And the believers are coming into this thing. Right? A lot of church members are coming to our pages saying it. They're literally saying that I wasn't that wasn't for me. I've heard what y'all had to say. And even though I don't believe a lot what y'all saying, it all is lining up. It's all matching. Because you can't turn away from prophecy, man. Regardless of what proxy war, Israel, Iran, the conflict increasing, the riots and the uproars in America, Babylon the Great, prophecy ain't gonna fail, baby. No, it's not. It's not gonna fail. So we're not worrisome. We ain't worried. We ain't never scared. Because Yahweh Shai is on our team, man. He sanctified the elect from the beginning to overcome the fire and destruction that's going to be out here in the streets. So America can continue to be drunk off that wine, right? They can continue to sing the song of Born in the USA. Keep bringing up your American flags and America. We're gonna overcome it. No, you're not. These are the last days of this place. This is it. This is it. Fire is coming. The book of Ezra said a fire is sent. And where is that fire going to come from one part of the world when them archers sent it to here? That it says no man can put out. We've been set up to overcome, to come out of that fire like gold when tested. Overcome all things. Because the song that we singing are the song of the elect. We ain't singing no Born in the USA, man. We singing a song of the elect. A song of salvation. A song to bring Yahweh Shai back and we can see that great fathership come back. The covenant was made with Israel, man. Right? Let's get that. Okay? Iniquity is not going to overcome, but the elect will. This is Genesis 9:9. And behold, I established my covenant with you and with your seed after you. You see, so why are people glossing over this? He said his covenant is with the Israelites. And these times are proving that his covenant is with us. Because no one's marching for Israel, the true Israelites. No one's marching for the scattered seed. right? But we out here telling you what it is. Yeah, man. See, hey, man. Isaiah 66:4, I will also choose their delusions and bring their fears upon them because when I called, none of them did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. And they did evil before my eyes and not choose which I delighted not. And that's our people, right? The Lord has chosen your delusions, which is why you believe that this thing is just going to die down. It's just going to die down. It's just another war. You know, them sand niggas out there tripping again. You know what I'm saying? That is just going to die on down. Then we can go back and get our we can go back and spark some more spark some more bottles in the club. Right? We can go do the same thing. It ain't gonna happen this time. Why hasn't it died down since 2018, 19? Huh? Why has it continued? Because it ain't gonna stop. Okay? This is a great awakening of the elect and a great downfall of Babylon the Great. Right? And we rest with that. We're at peace with that. We're at peace with what is written. Okay? Right? His covenant is with the elect, man, Israel. One more. Let me grab one more. Okay? Same chapter. Genesis 9:11. And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of the flood. Neither shall there be any more be a flood to destroy the earth, because he had promised Yahweh he wouldn't flood the earth anymore. Right? Okay? Because the first flood was the first death. But now you have the second death coming. And that's what we're preaching about. A second death is coming. We ain't going to be no flood, but it's going to be a flood of lake of fire. Okay? Right? The destruction of Babylon the Great. It says some of you will be blessed that you should not see see death. We pray to be those men that shall not see death, that see the salvation on the borders of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. And that's being fervent in this thing, believing in this thing. Okay? His covenant is established in his seed, his one and only seed. Left my coffee in the truck. It's all good. Okay? But that has been established, okay, through the seed of Israel. So what's happening right now is a foreshadowing of what's to come. All right? This war is going to lead to servants and servitude. It's going to lead to us coming into power. Right? This is, hey, if you have the true knowledge of the Heavenly Father, while Yahweh Shai, and you know that you're going to be a king and a priest in the next life, you're going to want to scream this out loud as you can. If you believe it. If you believe it. Okay, one more. Genesis 9:12. And Yahweh said, this is the token of the covenant which I make between you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. So where's the inclusion of all nations right here? This is an initial covenant of who's marching with the Lord. And that's marching with the Lord in these prophecies. Not literally marching with the Lord down these streets. We're marching with the Lord with a banner, man. All right, the banner of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai standing in front of our enemies, being made a spectacle. Ain't nobody out here standing for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Look, I don't know if you see it, there's an American flag about to go across. You see that? You see that? That's that pride we talking about. You know? And I'm in Cali. When I go down to the Carolinas and to the South and Atlanta, when I go visit my Man, y'all pink people out there are heavy with them damn flags, man. Right? This is Psalm 37:5. Commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. He shall bring forth. Hold on. He shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment in the noonday. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who brought wicked devices to pass. You see, and the wicked devices are being set right before your eyes. But the Bible and the scriptures saying rest in the Lord. You see, so we're going to rest in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai's name literally means he saves. I'm going to rest in that to be saved. Proving that the ones that are grafted into this thing are Israelites. Okay? All right? The tribe, the 12 tribes. And we said earlier, I don't see no Netanyahu speaking about the 12 tribes. No, he's speaking up for the small hat. Right? The Lord said us he said the enemy, okay? These people have inherited his land. Okay? The heathen. He said in the prophecy of Isaiah the 2nd chapter. All right, the Lord said when his people getting back in his land, we shouldn't have any war. Well, look what's going on now. But when we bring this out to you Christians, you don't get it. You don't understand it. You fight against it, right? Showing that prophecy is always gonna be superior over everything, right? Everything. Okay, he showeth his word to Jacob. Let me get that real quick. All right, his covenant was Jacob, man. That's it. That's it. All right, the Lord is standing with us. That's why there's a vision all across America. But he's with us. Psalms 147:19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statute and his judgments unto Israel. Yeah, Jacob has the word. Not no Palestine. Not no Elam, and not no Ishmael. None of them nations out there are professing Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Not Ammon. Them merchants are going to weep and mourn when this place falls and burns. Right? Those are the merchants who are benefiting from coming here. You second and third, fourth generation Ishmaelites. Right? You had a grandfather, the great grandfather, the grandmother, the son, the daughter, and the grandkids in one house. All rolling out mats and praising Allah, man. They're gonna weep and mourn because they can't do business no more here. Because they can't sell you blunt wraps at their stores no more. Right? Your Schlitz malt liquor and your Mickeys and your Natty Daddies. You hood niggas know what I'm talking about. Right? We saw that Clone Tyrone. You had that drunk nigga, old man, in the front of the store. Right? Hey, that's in every hood in America. There's a drunk Israelite always in front of the store. That's a representation of America itself being drunk. With a cup in your hand, hoping that somebody can drop some knowledge in that cup. But you won't receive the knowledge because it's only for the elect. Okay? Hey, Babylon's going to be that lake of fire. And it's all setting and being set up right now. With America dying, it's dying away. It's collapsing. The walls of Jericho are closing down. It's falling. It's brittle. It's Isaiah 24 is near, where it says it's gonna be wobble like a cottage, man. All right. Isaiah 24 says places gonna reel to and fro. What's gonna cause that? Destruction. Warheads. So you best believe what's going on in the middle so-called east. It's coming here. You're not going to stand like a lady forever. Isaiah 47:1 tells us what's going to happen. The daughter of Chaldeans is going to fall. And we're telling you what's going to happen before it happens. You're not going to be called the delicate woman, the kingdoms. No. They sending missiles over here. You've exalted yourself in wickedness and your strength. You've used the sword, you American Babylonians, with your pride for glory, to glorify the blood that you've spilled. Well, now it's time for you to spill the blood. Right? You spill the blood, the land is gonna be defiled by blood. It's gonna get judged by that blood just as well. And this land is defiled. The food's defiled, the air's defiled, the women defiled, everything's defiled. It's rotten. Everyone believes this beast system, but this eagle is what's that in 2nd Esdras 12? The eagle was about to burn, man. All right, Esdras saw this. All right, and we believe what the prophets wrote, because a prophet is subject to a prophet. We believe what they wrote because things are all adding up. And Esdras said in the 12th chapter that the eagle's body will burn. All right, and that's an allegory. That's a dark saying. That's a parable. It ain't gonna be a little eagle in the sky that has a burning body. No, when you go into the 12 feather prophecy, a prophecy of the 12 feathers, and the kings that are being erected that run this earth, right? The empires that have been erected that are going to fall. This one is going to burn and be a lake of fire. Right? Peter says it's going to melt with fervent heat, the elements. What's going to cause that? The confusion, the noise, the thunder, the noise, right? The chariots on scene that's going to be mixed in, doing it with what they're going to do. All hell's going to break loose, and no one knows what the fuck is going on, man. No one knows what's going on. Then you come to our channels and you try to challenge us, but we're going to keep bringing out the scriptures. We ain't going to get carnal. How we going to get carnal when we on YouTube? We on YouTube. We going to preach and teach and reach until the Lord comes and gathers. This is, let me get it right here. The parable of that 12 feathers. This place is going to burn. Okay? Esdras had this vision. He had a vision, like Joel's visions, like women when they have visions, right? Hey, Pontius Pilate, his wife had a vision of Yahweh Shai, how she was having nightmares. He said, man, let me leave this man alone. So people have visions, and visions come to pass. This is 2nd Esdras 12:3. And I saw, and behold, there appeared no more, and the whole body of the eagle was burnt. So the earth was in great fear. Now we know that the Lord said that he wouldn't destroy the earth anymore, right? The Lord flooded the earth the first time. All right, and the second time he's going to destroy it, America. But the scriptures say that the earth abideth forever. So when we read this right here, that the earth was in great fear, yeah, because they're going to see what's happening to America. Babylon the Great and you other Canada and other little Hawaii countries, that's connected, that's near, right? Vancouver, Canada, they're gonna get hit too, right? That fire is coming for you too because Trudeau is in bed with the World Economic Forum. All right, Justin Trudeau, he's in bed with Klaus Schwab and them, right? He takes orders from them. See? Right? So they all mixed in. And judgment is coming to all you UN nations. Right? Judgment is coming to America. Right? Judgment is coming, all right, to this beast system totally. And it says, the earth was in great fear. Then awakened I out of the trouble and trance of my mind. See, he was in a trance. He was having a vision. Right? And it says, and from great fear sent it to my spirit. So he had great fear. Right? Prophets, when they were seeing these visions, and they were scared, man. And Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, has put into our spirits that when we read these prophecies and these things, we don't have no fear. Right? And maybe because we don't have, the vision, like they did. Maybe Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, showed them things that he hasn't shown us. Because you got to, understand that a lot of the prophets walked with Yahushai, and they was asking Yahushai, when is this going to happen? Is the kingdom of heaven going to be restored when this happens? And that, see, they was inquisitive. You see that? So they was walking with him, but they didn't know. We're brought back as prophets, right? We didn't walk with him, but we're going to see the end times. We're going to see the destruction of Babylon the Great, Adawan Ratazah, Lord willing. That some of us not die before we see that. But most of us are young men, right? The Lord is blessing us with health. We work out, we eat good, we follow the dietary laws. Adawan Ratazah, we see the salvation because, I'm just like you brothers, man. I want to see it. Blessed be the man to see the fall of his enemies. Right? Blessed be the man to see the fall of his enemy. Blessed be the man to see the salvation. Blessed be the man that readeth and know these prophecies. I want to see the destruction of America. Right? When we get taken up, all right, with the twinkling of an eye in 2 Corinthians 15. Right? With 1 Corinthians, when we see, I want to see it, man. I pray the Lord bless me with that, bless us with that. That we don't die in the wars, and that we see the destruction of America. That when you take it up and you see you standing on the sea of glass and you see the America and you still scared. That's the dream that we all have. We want to see it. We want to experience the change coming from these bodies to a new body. We want to have that feeling, experience it. And these prophets had visions of destruction. Psalms 94:16, who will rise up for me against the workers of iniquity, or against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Yeah, who's going to do that? Huh? Right? Yeah, hey, man, the ones who the Lord chose to do this job. The ones who the Lord chose to believe. Because You know, when you really look at this thing and step back and look at it, why did he choose you? Why doesn't your father or your mother know the Bible like you? How about your children, your cousins, your aunties, your uncles, your friends? Why don't they know what you know? Huh? Even when you tell them, they can't receive it. Why is this the way it is? Because he chose you to win. He chose a certain amount of spirits to come out of this thing, to not believe in the divided house of the two horns, to not believe in the policies of the American dream. No, he chose us to walk in a different direction, right? He told us to walk in that straight gate. He said, walk this way, because this is the way of salvation. And only some of us can see that, man. Others can't see. They blinded. 2 Corinthians 4:4. They're blinded, right? Blinded by what? By the God of this world. But the voice of the Lord breaketh the setters, okay? And breaketh the setters of Lebanon. The voice of the Lord, right? And that's the voice that brothers is following, man. Which why we believe that we're doing the right thing. All right? What we're reading, it's happening. It's happening. Okay? He's about to bring more stringent laws, more draconian measures, right? And the power structure is going to fail. Only a certain amount of bodies and spirits is going to come out of this. Everybody else is going to get taken. Okay? The eagle ain't going to overcome. The eagle ain't going to overcome. Okay? Remember what was that? Zerubbabel? Remember that? Right? When they said, let us build with you. All right? And he said, hey, you can't build with us. Right? So at the end, people are going to see that we knew this truth. And they're going to want to clasp on and grab, but you can't build with us. Go seek the gods that you've chosen, the idols that you chose before. Which is why Yahweh Bashim Yahushai said he's going to laugh at you in your calamity. He's going to laugh at you when you're going through a hell, in your derision. See? They told Zerubbabel to seek his God. This is Ezra 4:2. It says, then came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your God as you do. So you're going to want to seek our power, because your power structure ain't working no more. Your power ain't never worked. He just deceived you with his laws and his sword that kills, that he has power. Right? He deceived you because he can make fire come down out of heaven. But now y'all seeing that. Look, you're going to want to seek Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because you're going to look over and say, well, those men and women over there who've been speaking about this man Yahweh, why are they safe? Ain't nothing happening to them. And there must be some angels guarding them over there. Yeah, the angels of the Lord that campeth around us. Okay? Right? And it says, for we seek your God as you do, and we do sacrifice unto him since the days of our Saharadan, king of Assur, which brought us up hither. All right, and that was in that slavery. All right, that's to be servants. And they're going to stop seeking, okay, their gods, because their gods ain't working. But you can't join on to us. All the other nations, remember Pharaoh, right? In Egypt, okay? What did he tell Moses? He told Moses, tell your God to stop doing this to us. And this proves that the Lord gave the heathen their own gods and idols to serve. This is why the law, statutes, and commandments were only given to us and not them. You see that? All right, the Pharaoh said, tell your God to please stop. And the Lord Yahweh doesn't just judge kings and people, he judges nations. Right? He didn't just put a plague on the Pharaoh. No, he judged all of Egypt. He judged them killed the firstborn of all the people. He killed the firstborn and gave them plague. All the people got it. Showing that he judges nations just as well. And this nation America, this nation Babylon the Great, is gonna get judged. Fire is coming, man. All right, for the day for the heavy hand is coming upon this place. Woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. Destruction is coming to this place, man. All right? Okay? The gods and heathens of you idols and you witches have failed you. Okay? Where's your fucking Fauci's at? Huh? Where he at? They just kicked Elon Musk out. Where he at? Y'all was all about Musk a minute ago. You know, Doge, this, Doge. Now, where the hell he at now? Where's Fauci? It's a witch. In America, you've been on a witch hunt. And now the hunt is coming after your ass. Now it's coming after your ass. All your left-handed enchanters that have sought their gods to look at this place, you know, as a place of, no, this place ain't shit. Hold up, let's get this is Leviticus 18:2. Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them, I am your Lord and your God. You hear that, Netanyahu? Okay? Right? He is our power. Y'all are Israelis. Caucasus Mountain of Russia. All right? Edomites. All right? Over there in the land of Jordan. Edomites. Okay? All you got brought over from the Balfour Declaration, 1940. That's why we call you 48ers. We don't call you the children of the Most High. Because you're not. Why is if you're the children of the Most High, okay, why is the Roman Catholic Church have the most settlements in American history? Because your popes and the papacy and you wicked ass goddamn Edomites you have a desire for children. You can't stop molesting children. Circumcising with a baby penis in your mouth. You have sex with your own children and family members to keep the bloodline pure. These are witches, warlocks. You run around an island and chase children to get their blood. To look at Kim Kardashian's mom 2 months ago. Now go look at her now. A whole different woman. She got that adrenaline, a chrome, all up in her. But you the chosen people? Huh? You bow down and kiss a wall? You hear this? You hear this? But y'all the people of the Most High. And the Lord said his people was going to be poor and be brokenhearted. Right? We wouldn't have much. So all the enchanters You know, all the sorcerers and left-handed enchanters, right? They're losing. They're going to losing. Okay? Ezra 4:3, but Zerubbabel and Jeshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, you have nothing to do with us to build an house unto our power, but we ourselves together will build unto the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the God of Israel. And King Cyrus, the king of Persia, have commanded us. So the Lord even put a spirit on a heathen, King Cyrus, to fulfill his deeds, to fulfill his prophecies. Just like he's putting a spirit on Putin and all these other heathens to fulfill prophecy. He's putting a spirit on them to fulfill this prophecy that's going to happen, that's going to open up and burn this eagle, Babylon the Great, to bring the fire and destruction to this place. Right? And we, the hopeful elect, the house of David, man, have been ordered to occupy until he comes to do this work and profess and confess until he comes. How long you think America is going to stand, man? Hey, bro, you hear me? How long is America going to be in power? Not too long. It's crumbling. Right? You know, we made a spectacle. They just stand and watch us. Dude is standing here watching. Right? He went back in the house. That's right. Go back in the house. Go back in the house. Okay? Hey, this just proves that no one has... We asked a goddamn Babylonian answer. They ain't going to get it, man. They don't know. They don't understand it. They don't get it. But the prince of deception are the ones that are here causing mischief. To blame us. You see? So this place is about to fall soon. All praises, all Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You see? Let's get because all that left-handed artificial intelligence and all that, it ain't gonna stand forever, man. Hey, those are devices. You see? Those are devices from the wicked. Let's get Psalms, the first chapter. This is Psalms 1 and 5. It says, therefore the ungodly shall not stand in judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. So the way of the ungodly shall perish. How's it going, man? Great? Yeah. What's great? Is America great? Everything's great? Okay. Doesn't look great to me out here. Have you turned on your TV the last couple of days?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't have TV, man.
Oh, okay.
No, I would
Yeah, man, we got it. This is the truth is that. In the last days, we're here. You know what I mean?
It's just a book.
It's just a book?
It's just the book.
It's just a book? Okay. And this book has prophecies. This book has judgments. And this book is a living book. It's a great book, ain't it? And watch when it shows how great it is. When shit starts happening here. Yeah, it's,
I love you're out here, you know the word.
that's right.
It's the best thing ever. So much fun. There are times when we say I love when you're having fun.
I'm having he says I'm having fun with the Bible. That's right. This is not fun, bro. But I hear that. It's gonna be fun because like what we're bringing out, what we're teaching, we don't just teach fun and all that. We teach about what's really happening here. And you in your apartment, you know, everyone's pretty much struggling in America right now. Everyone, you know, it's not as promised in America. It's not made as great as good as you thought.
That's the fun thing about that place, dude.
It's
it's a multicultural mesh.
oh
It's
yeah,
not
it's fun.
one particular way. It's seeing everyone and us all coming together.
Okay,
And
but
just like
but Trump
no
is bringing
problem.
division. He's not saying you're coming together. There's division all across America.
Politicians been hired my entire life.
That's their job.
Fuck.
That's their job.
I don't remember one that it was like no one.
Oh, this guy's like a
brings
pod.
fucking unity.
They don't bring. Why isn't he bringing unity? Why is it? Shouldn't he bring unity?
Did Obama? Did any of them do?
No, they're all
They
bought and paid
all
for.
make money and lie.
They're all bought and paid for. But how is America supposed to be great if you don't have a good leader? You know what I'm saying?
Will you
Yeah.
lead us?
No, I mean I'm out here for only my people because
You know what I'm saying?
America is about to fall from nuclear
That's
destruction, my
the
man.
thing. Will you lead us?
Nuclear destruction is
Would
coming
I
here.
Lead us? No.
Yeah, okay. All right, this is the mother of all harlots and all abominations. Okay?
But
Remember we read earlier
you can know the book.
that he had not dealt so with other nations? This is proof. Read it again. Okay? Because all Idumea is about to fall. You know what an Edomite is? No? You know who you are a so-called Edomite. Right?
Okay.
All right? The Edomites run this earth right now. But they're going to be the last of the last. Right? You're the power structure that America has right now is going to end. You good. Hey, that's all good, bro. Yeah. Hey, you in concert with me. All right? So he hasn't known no other nations. I'll read it again. Psalms 147 and 20. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. All right, and this is proof that they don't know judgments. Okay? He's only dealing with the elect of Israel. All right, and this is why we continue to profess and confess the end time prophecy of this Bible. This is happening, right? It says all Idumea is going to fall. So pretty soon you're going to see what's happening in Iran and Israel. That's coming here, my man. You don't care?
Not surprised.
Oh, you're not surprised. So that'll be the last of civilization in America when them things happen here. Because
It's all in the book.
it's all in the book, ain't it? Hey, give me some, bro. There you go. It's all in the book. Hey, he's laughing that America's going to be destroyed. That's right. That's right.
No, but what you gotta understand as well is it's circular, man.
It's
The book has a fucking end. The circle don't.
no.
It all comes back around.
That's right.
You know,
It gotta be. So there's a
that's the
beginning.
problem
There's a
with
beginning and there's an end, right?
Is that
What did we say? There's a beginning, there's an end, and the end is manifest.
Yeah, and the book is flat, and it's a good book. Don't get me wrong, but that's what you can't. You gotta glue them covers together for that book to be a circle, man. And that's what's going on. Is that it's like this shit already happened. It's just coming around again.
Everything happens again.
Yeah.
Nothing new under the sun, man.
Oh my God.
That's why you had you had World War One.
Like,
You had World War Two.
like, no, dude.
Now you're about to have World War Three.
Just glue the fucking pages together and you'll realize that it all happens in a fucking circle.
Hey, the pride of the white man is about to fall, man. The pride of your people are about to fall.
People, dude, fucking,
Yeah.
The funny thing about
Your
that
people
is
are wicked, and they're in power, and their power is about to come out of
so
power.
People see that and it's like, so me being an American, I am a piece of Irish, a piece of German, a piece of all of these Russian, all of these people. So like, you think we're all in cahoots? No. I mean, that's like, oh, these
Oh,
evil fucking white people. It's like,
Yeah, but you all had a hand in slavery.
No.
Your ancestors, and you are of your ancestors. You all had a hand in slavery. You should say you're Irish and all them, right?
We were enslaved as well.
No, you were indentured servants. You weren't slaves. The Irish were indentured servants. They weren't slaves.
Okay.
They were indentured servants. Means when they got done serving their servitude, they were given lands. They were given opportunities. My people were enslaved and brought over and put on slave blocks and were brought over here to build your America, which is not the same. Okay, so that doesn't.
How to say it, dude.
Yeah, that's not the same. We're still enslaved.
How to say it to you, dude.
You don't have to say it. Let Wisdom of
like-
Solomon say it. This is Wisdom of Solomon
that's the thing
5
with
and
you,
6.
though, dude, is that it's like,
Therefore have we erred from the way of truth in the light of righteousness. You have erred from the way of truth, your people. I'm not saying you, but they've erred from the way of truth and righteousness.
That's what I'm saying is,
And have not
I
shined unto
don't
us the
have
sun
people-
of righteousness rose upon us. So the truth of the Bible hasn't risen upon everybody.
No, and that's what I'm saying is that it's like I have no fucking people.
You don't have any. It's
You know,
because
there's
America is
this
a
whole
pseudoscience out
There's this
here.
whole cultural thing of like, you can say, oh, you made us slaves, and it's like, I am not constituted from any one fucking person like that, dude. I don't have a past here in America. I became here in America.
You should have a.
without fucking.
You should have a pass.
They're fucking a pass.
You should have a pass.
Fuck a pass.
You
dude.
should have a pass. You.
No, I'm just saying that it's like, I don't fucking, I'm not like, I'm a fucking Italian, I'm a fucking German. It's like, I am built up of a multitude of fucking people. And, you know, you can say that it's like, my people, that it's like, well, you're not built up of a multitude of people that I am. You know, it's like,
You are. Well,
I
the Bible.
barely exist.
The Bible. I'm gonna say this. The Bible. The book. This Bible that I have, in the book of Numbers, you are not all the you. Whatever your father is, that's what you are, man. So if your father is a whatever white man, whatever he is, it doesn't matter what your mom is. Your dad put that seed in your mom.
Yeah.
So whatever your father is what you are. And the four founding fathers of this country, I put my people in slavery. That just like you said, there's an end to that. There's a payment for that. You gotta pay for that. You gotta pay for that.
I can't.
You can't just get off.
I might have to defer from the book.
I agree. You may have to, but Isaiah, the 14th chapter says your four founding fathers will pay for that.
Yeah, no,
They're gonna have to pay for that.
I understand. It's like
They got to pay for that.
There are things.
No one is
There
innocent.
are things written in blood that fucking.
Well, everything.
We don't shy away from.
Everything in this is true.
But
hey, with that, y'all, I give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Yahweh Kakadash. It's the brother Azan Ha Ahmath, Wa Baba Bo, Shalom. Yeah, go ahead.